I guess I'm just kind of disappointed in myself. I guess I feel kind of like a failure, you know? I felt like I caved in. Like, this is the last step, you know what I mean? We tried so many things. I just can't do it anymore, and so I caved in.
What do you have to say to that?
Holy crap. Ah, sunshine. So in case you guys were wondering what my natural hair texture looked like with my short hair, this is it. It's a big mess. That's what it is. This is what it looks like when I haven't done anything to it. It's fluffy. What do you have? What do you have? What is this? What is this? She finds like the most random weird things and decides to chew them up, and I don't even know what they are. I got my second dosage, I guess, of the Pocket Derm medication. A lot of you guys have asked, and if you guys haven't watched my skincare video, this is the stuff that has changed my skin. This is what I have been using for the past 2 months to make my skin look so much better. You are assigned an online dermatologist. Hello, Squeaky. So you take pictures of your skin, and your dermatologist, when you upload those pictures, your dermatologist diagnoses your skin essentially and assigns you all of these different not all of these different medications, but possibly all of these different medications to fix your problems. So the abridged version is I signed up for Pocket Derm. My dermatologist prescribed me a round of doxycycline, which is a antibiotic to kind of help jumpstart the whole healing process of my skin so no new bacteria would form on my face. Did that for about 30 days. I waited for my actual Pocket Derm medication, which is like a pump style like cream that you put on your face at nighttime, and it has mine had 3 active ingredients: 0.018 tretinoin, 8% azelaic acid, and 1% clindamycin, which is a topical antibiotic. Tretinoin is a kind of like a heavy duty chemical exfoliant that helps loosen up the actual molecular bonds on your skin to kind of help slosh off a lot of the dead skin. And it's also one of the only cosmetic ingredients that has been proven to actually work on the molecular levels. It is Retin-A, brand name. Azelaic acid, I believe, is just something that helps even out skin complexion and makes everything look a lot less red and angry. So I would put that on at nighttime. I switched over to a zinc bar of soap and benzoyl peroxide acne wash, which my dermatologist suggested. That worked miraculously. And then she also prescribed me a round of spironolactone. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Spiro, an androgen inhibitor that helps if you have hormonal acne. It helps hormonal acne from stopping from forming, basically. That's kind of where I am now, and I ran out of my pump medication, so I got some more of that, and my dermatologist actually upped the amount of tretinoin, and she lowered the amount of azelaic acid. I'm just really pumped about it. If you want to watch my full skincare video where I go like way more in depth about what all this is and how you can get Pocket Derm yourself, I will link that in the description bar so you can kind of watch that video. Hello! You're acting pretty good now. She's been seriously, like, not the best puppy in the world as of recently. She has puppy tantrums, and it's really frustrating to deal with. Noelle has always been a pretty tough puppy. Like, she's been a tough dog to deal with. It really sucks because we adopted her, so we don't really know what her situation was before we adopted her. We don't know why she was just found wandering the streets because she had been spayed. She was somebody's pet somewhere. It just kind of makes knowing her background really tough because we adopted her when she was about 10 months old. She was always really, really high energy. She has a ton of energy, and that's why she's like the perfect running dog. She loves to play. She plays all the time. We play all the time, don't we? We as humans can't play all the time. Like, during the day I have to like work a little bit, and when Blake gets home he wants to kind of chill a little bit and play video games, and sometimes we just can't play with her all the time when she wants to play. And when she doesn't get her playtime, she gets angry with us. Like, she will jump up on this couch and bark at me like right in my ear and like scratch me. She'll like reach her paw up and like scratch because she knows it hurts because it gets a reaction out of me. And every time we'd say no and we tell her forcefully no and we have to like get her away from us, it's it's like it doesn't stick, which really, really sucks. Like, she's just always been a really tough dog to deal with a lot of times. She's not the most polite of dogs, unfortunately. She knows what words mean and she will abide by them when asked most of the time. But I feel like when she gets overexcited and like rambunctious, she won't listen to anything. No matter what we say, she won't listen. So yesterday, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, but yesterday we actually purchased like an electronic like training collar. I did a ton of research on the ones that they had on Amazon. The training collar that we got, it has like 3 modes. It has like a vibrate mode, a tone mode, so it just makes noise, and then it has like 7 levels of shock or whatever. It has fantastic reviews. Everybody's saying like, you know, if you have a really unmanageable dog, this is like the perfect thing to get. Just make sure you read the manual and follow the instructions correctly and everything like that. When she's crazy, there's like, you can't stop her. We can't deal with it anymore, you know what I mean? We wouldn't ever give her away or anything like that because she's a part of the family, but it's just getting to the point where we just can't deal with her craziness. Like, we cannot deal with her being crazy. We can't catch her either. When she's in one of her crazy moods, her reflexes are insane. She's so fast and it's just, I don't know. She's kind of unbelievable. I'll try to get some footage of that for you guys because it's just, it'll probably happen today. I guess we're gonna see how she deals with it all. I'm hoping it'll go smoothly and I'm hoping that, I don't know, the transition is okay and that it works. Ow! No! 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 No, no. Ow, no. No. Ow, ow, no. 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 Quite embarrassingly, that is what a regular day at the office looks like for me. Usually when she's doing her thing and she really, really wants attention, I try my best to ignore her, and it usually is okay. Like, I will turn my back to her and not give her any attention because it's very obvious that's what she wants. I don't know, like sometimes she just refuses to take no for an answer, like she does not listen. If any of you guys are like dog whisperer types, feel free to give me advice because I obviously need it. So the training collar was kind of like our last ditch effort to try to help control the situation. Okay, oh, I got hair in my mouth. So this is still hair in my mouth. So this is the one we decided to pick up. It's the Sport Dog Field Trainer 425. I guess I'll link it in the description bar so you guys can read about it. I do not want to shock her in a painful way. I want to make sure it's strong enough that she'll listen and know that she's doing something wrong, but at the same time, I heard it's like equated to sort of like an electric fence, like kind of the pops you feel when you touch an electric fence. It's not painful, but it certainly isn't desirable at all. This Looks like a book and a lanyard. This is the actual thingy. Alright, so this is everything that comes with. So that's the actual collar, that's the remote, and this is the charger. I know, you're so interested. She heard me open the box and she's like, I like cardboard.
Here. Good boy. Once again, you can see that tail's wagging. We're working in a position where
I wonder what her tail would look like if it wagged.
and we're using the right amount
We
of
will never
stimulus
know.
for the dog to understand the command. Here. Good boy, Clint. You know, we now have a dog that understands the command. You can see the tail is happy. That's an indication that we're operating at a level that he understands and is comfortable with.
So we're watching the instructional DVD that came with the thing. What is it? The e-collar. This guy's actually pretty informative. He's basically showing us how to use a leash as kind of like a training aid, then incorporating the e-collar to kind of work in conjunction with the leash. As long as they know how to behave on the leash, then they can just kind of transfer over to the e-collar with like no pain at all, and like it's easy basically. Good morning. I was watching the footage I got yesterday and I thought I should clarify a few points. For the most part, Noelle is a very good dog. She's a good dog, and for the most part, this is how she is, and she just she's like, what's going on? For the most part, she's a really, really good dog. There's just a couple more behaviors that I kind of want to train out of her, like when she's crazy. And we do not want to use the e-collar as like a, it's not a punishment. It's just kind of like a training aid. So my plan is when she does something that I don't like and I want to train out of her, give a little bit of correction with the e-collar, and then praise her, of course, when she does something good, and you know, accompany the corrections with verbal commands and everything so she gets it. This way, she won't be able to run from it. I think that was one of the biggest issues we had with when it came to like her craziness. We can't catch her. She's so fast that when we try to catch her, we'd lunge at her to try to grab her, and she runs away and we can't catch her and it turns into a game. With the e-collar, I think it'll be a little bit more helpful for her to realize that it's not a game and we're trying to tell her something. I want to know if you guys have ever had like a troublesome dog, not necessarily troublesome, but a very headstrong, stubborn dog. How did you deal with it, and what recommendations do you have for me? Because I'm totally down for recommendations.
Hi, baby girl. Were you sleeping?
So check it out. I have the collar on. You probably can't tell. There's like part of it, but it's like in her neck right there. I used it once. She started doing her crazy thing. I was like on my computer editing. She came up and she started like barking in my ear and like tried to scratch me. I said no forcefully. I told her no. You can give a tone first so it makes a noise. So I pushed the noise button and she was still not stopping, and so I gave her a little shock. It's on level 1, so it's like the lightest level there is, because I don't want to hurt her. She could obviously feel it because she was like, whoa, what just happened? Then she was like confused, and then she went and like laid on the other side of the couch. She was like, I don't know what just happened, but maybe I should just lay down. I mean, if that's how this is gonna go, then I'm kind of, well, I'm hopeful. I've always thought that shock collars or e-collars or training collars or whatever you want to call them were not so humane, and I never wanted to get to the point where I thought we should use one. My dad back home actually used one on our dogs, one of our dogs. We have a huge plot of land back home. We live on a farm, basically. And the farm, of course, isn't fenced in. So when we let our dogs outside to run, they're very susceptible to running away. And one of our dogs was, she bolted a few times. When she bolts, there was like no getting her back. Like it just wouldn't happen. It wasn't something that would happen at all. We lost her a few times, and that's when my dad decided to get the shock collar, and he used it on her once. And I think it was accidentally turned up too high, and it obviously hurt her, and she yelped and she ran between my dad's legs. I didn't want to do that to Noelle. I was convinced that that's just what shock collars did. Like it just hurts dogs and it causes them to be scared, and I don't want them to be scared. I thought that that's how they all worked. I thought that they just hurt dogs, and that's training them in a way that forces them to be a certain way out of fear and not necessarily out of love. I guess I'm pleasantly surprised because it obviously didn't hurt her. She didn't give any indication that she was hurt. She didn't make any noise at all. She was just like, what is this around my neck? Like, what's going on? And then she was confused and she was like, I'm gonna just lay down. So I really want to get across that I don't want to hurt Noelle. This isn't to hurt her. This isn't to punish her. It's just a training mechanism that we can use when she's in a mood where we can't easily catch her. Like when she's crazy and she's running around and we can't catch her because she's so freaking fast, then she has the collar around her neck that won't run away from her. Like it's a part of her, it's on her. So it just is an extra training aid, I guess.
Look at you guarding the house. Are you guarding the house?
It's finally getting cool enough where we can like open the door. Hi, baby girl. Hi, hi. And get some nice cool air in here.
I love you. You are a stinky dog. That's what you are. I think we need to get you a bath. Is my breath stinky? I bet you it is.
I realize this video has been a whole lot of one thing. Like I think the only thing I've talked about in this video really is the whole e-collar thing with Noelle, which wasn't really how I was planning it to be. I think this entire video I've been feeling like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm talking about how I'm making the decision to spank my child, you know what I mean? Like, and I can't just compare Noelle to like a kid because she's not like a baby. But I didn't want to have to get to this point. I didn't want to have to use an e-collar. Noelle is like a part of our family and we love her so much, but she has always been really, really tough. And we never really wanted to show the tough parts because we always got so frustrated. We would always get so upset with Noelle. And I remember the first couple months we had her, like the first 1 or 2 months we had her, I would be in tears, so frustrated because I didn't know how to deal with her. We've tried a lot of everything. We started with clicker training and that was good. That taught her a few of the basic commands, but for some reason, like I think you guys can tell, some reason when we say no, it doesn't stick. Like the no doesn't make sense to her, I don't think. So clicker training was good for the basic commands like sit and stay and all that jazz. That worked out great. We tried high value treats and giving her treats for positive reinforcement whenever she did something good. Unfortunately, what happened was when she would go through her crazy moods and you'd have to corner her in order to catch her because she's so fast and she wriggles through. Like once you do catch her, she'll try to like get through your grip. So I would need Blake's help. And once we did get her cornered, we'd have to put her somewhere where she'd be contained. So we started out putting her outside. She soon figured out that when we put her outside, she would just start barking and she would bark uncontrollably. And unfortunately, Las Vegas, you're kind of surrounded by people. Like our neighbors are very, very, very close to us. And if we leave a dog outside that's barking like crazy, obviously we don't want to be that neighbor, you know, with the dog that doesn't shut up. So we couldn't leave her outside. We had to start putting her in the crate when she would start doing her crazy bit because that's the only way she would stay contained and she wouldn't bark like crazy. That's not what we wanted and we tried so hard to make sure it stayed a good place, but it was the only way we could keep her contained. When she goes through her crazy moods, sometimes I work upstairs in my little office area and there's a door between me and Noelle then too. But if me and Blake are both behind closed doors, literally, she will destroy things. She just needs to be supervised, otherwise we're gonna have our house destroyed. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that the e-collar ended up being like our last ditch effort. Like this is the last thing we wanted to do before like totally giving up and being like, well, I guess this is just how she is as a dog. So this is kind of like our last ditch effort to control this behavior, I guess. Ideally, I would just like her to know what no means. Like that seems to be the biggest thing because when she does her crazy moods, I'm yelling at her, no, 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 but she doesn't seem to understand that that's a bad thing. And that means stop. I don't know. I feel like I'm going in circles. This whole video, I feel like I'm so repetitive, but I guess I'm just kind of disappointed in myself. I didn't want to have to use an e-collar to control her. And I feel kind of like a failure, you know, as like a dog trainer. And I don't know. That's kind of just what I'm feeling right now. And I'm disappointed in myself because I felt like I caved in. Like this is the last step, you know what I mean? We tried so many things. We tried clicker training, we tried the treats, we tried putting her away, we tried ignoring her, and I would ignore her so much. Like whenever she did her crazy things, I would just turn my back and ignore her, but sometimes she just can't take no for an answer, and I just can't do it anymore, and so I caved in, and I don't know. I feel bad about it. So this vlog is certainly a little bit longer than normal, and it's also kind of a weird, somber vlog. Like it's a weird mood in this vlog. I don't know. I think I'm gonna end it here just because I know it's getting really, really long, and I already know that it's gonna take forever to upload because of its length, so hopefully this will be up on time, but I guess we don't have any guarantees. I'd love any words of advice you guys could give me about this whole situation, or your experiences if you've been in this sort of situation when it comes to a pet, or if you have any vents or frustrations you also want to air out in the comment section, please do so, because I've just gotten so over frustrated with this whole situation that I'm just like exhausted. Like I'm exhausting myself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because we put out videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So we will see you guys on Friday, and I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop with everything that we work on. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you on Friday. Bye!